It's known as the first and oldest bilingual newspaper in Texas. La Prensa serves as the voice of the Latino community with a century-old legacy. But now new owners are evolving the brand. KENS 5 reporter Sarah Duran shares a special connection to the paper's history in tonight's Together We Rise.
On a late Thursday night, ink is being printed on paper at the New Braunfels Herald Zeitung. At a fast pace of speed, the machine spits out papers within minutes, turning long days of journalistic work into a 20-page tabloid.
My story for this week is...
The process begins here, in the most humblest of settings just south of downtown San Antonio.
We don't have to necessarily use that art.
Making the most of 200 square feet, a small team of journalists carry on the dream of its predecessors.
So here's the cover.
Crafting the latest edition of La Prensa Texas, a more than century-old bilingual and free weekly editorial highlighting Hispanic culture and stories.
It's beautiful. It's a good image.
La Prensa began circulation in 1913. Television and radio led to its first demise in 1962. La Prensa de San Antonio reopened in 1989 by the late Tino Duran and his wife Millie, my grandparents. The paper closed in 2018, but its new owners reopened it not even a day later.
It's bold, it's strong.
Once again under a new name, La Prensa Texas.
And there was never a gap, so it never stopped printing. The first draft that comes out...
Yvette Tello is the interim publisher.
Tino Duran, his ultimate dream was that we would be across Texas. And that was something in order to honor.
La Prensa Texas.
Leonard Rodriguez helped incubate the publication.
It was a no-brainer.
Out of its original home at the Westside Development Corporation, this nonprofit is dedicated to the economic development of the city's west side.
We then began to help fund the paper so that it could launch its digital face.
I want the La Prensa larger.
Their digital director is also why the paper is online.
What if I pulled the text all the way out?
Fulfilling the dream of reaching readers across Texas and state lines, even capturing younger generations of Latinos through a radio podcast.
I have a lot of readership in LA.
Producing stories they feel no one is telling about communities of color.
La Prensa allowed us the opportunity to be ourselves and to tell the stories that we believed were important.
Estoy muy agradecido.
Then once he starts talking, English captions underneath.
But at its core,
Paper print is very important and essential.
The paper is their biggest focus.
We have to make that available and attainable to those that can't just pick up their cell phone.
Serving as an informative resource for the underserved.
We have to make that survive.
Keeping in line with the legacy set before them and expanding its purpose.
We want to continue to keep Tino Duran's mission alive. We are all aligned with the same mission.
Sarah Duran, KENS 5.
With Together We Rise, we cover complex topics of inclusion to make us all better together. For more content, visit KENS5.com/rise.